Welcome, welcome. It's Mud Dog with the Texas Space Navy bringing you another Star Citizen video. And today is all about 3.18 and my thoughts on the current patch. I have been asked by a few of you guys in comments and outside of comments on Discord, Guilded, etc. what I think of the current patch. And, in my typical off-the-cuff free fly way of, doing some of my videos, this is the best answer I can give you. It's a complete dumpster fire. Most of you already know this. There's a lot of people who are getting the 19,004 error where you can't even log into the game. I had that issue and still have that issue with my main account because I have so many ships on that account that you can't play the game. It won't load them in. And no, that is not some weird flex. It's just, I've had that account forever and, got a lot of ships on it. I have a couple of the alternate accounts and I haven't been able to log into the alt account until today. And I played for a couple of hours today on one of my alt accounts, as you can see here. Frames are super choppy. Not great at all. Combat is really awful with the instability of the server. And I know not everybody is going to have the same experience I'm having. Check out this ASOP this terminal anyways for buying and selling. Obviously it's broken. I have to wait my turn over at the other one or just go over here to the mannequin to buy armor. Ships are like that where some of the ASOP terminals are broken. If this video goes long enough, you'll see that when I get to the ASOP terminals here at Lorville to call a ship. Things just aren't in a good state, and there's no way to sugarcoat it, nor should we. It's not something I feel you should be upset about. Yeah, I know everybody's putting money in. Everybody wants to be able to play, and you're upset. I get why you're upset. I do. But this is par for the course with a big patch. I don't know. Maybe I've just been in this game so long that I'm used to having to deal with some of these patches and some of these horrible patches and long times before having something stable enough to play. Everybody's hoping that 3.18.1 will be the big savior patch that allows gameplay to be more stable and more people being able to join. And while I think that 3.18.1 will definitely bring more stability as far as more people being able to log in, I still think we're going to have some of the same other issues until 3.19, and maybe even beyond that. There seems like a lot of back-end stuff that got broken when they added in what they did for 3.18, and it's going to take a while to sort those things out. At least from my perspective, that's kind of what it looks like. Now, they could be simple, easy fixes, but there's enough of them that it's going to slow any other development down. They're going to have to deal with them, but at the same time, they want to put out more content for 3.19. And of course, we all know they should probably deal with the issues in front of them first before moving on to add more content. At least some of the bigger things. Really, it's a bunch of small things that add up to big things, if you ask me. But yeah, they're going to have to deal with some of those things to make quality of life better for everybody. Otherwise, people aren't going to play the game. People aren't going to buy anything when Invictus comes around. I know they've made over $2 million with the St. Patty's sale over the weekend, and that will surprise a lot of people. It doesn't surprise me because there's enough new blood in the verse that haven't been jaded, that are still hopeful, which I'm still hopeful. I'm not new blood, but there's a lot of newer people that are still buying ships. But a lot of the people who have already bought a lot of the ships that they want, or that have been somewhat jaded, I don't think they're going to be pumping money out, even for Invictus, if it's still a dumpster fire. So they really need to have it playable before Invictus if they expect to have a big sell. What do I think Invictus is going to be as big as it has been the last 2 years? I don't think they're going to be able to sell as much as they have. I think there's enough people that are, I guess, fatigued, tired of having a game that's not working. And yeah, I know there's a lot of new blood out there that might buy ships and stuff, but I really think that, even those people are going to be a little bit gun shy when it comes to putting out a lot of funds to get what they want until there's a playable product. I hope that Squadron 42 is coming along much better than what the PU is, especially with the resources that they've dedicated to it. I hope that the balance on dogfighting is something that's at the forefront of that, because that is the main part of this game, at least for Squadron 42. But I mean, everything should be balanced off of how ships fly and perform, whether or not it's dogfighting or whatever. But to me, that seems like the most important aspect of the game. Other people will disagree because, hell, well, I'm just going to be a miner, or I'm just going to be a salvager, or I'm just going to work on my feet and be a soldier. That's fine. The core mechanic of the game is going to be flying ships. So they definitely need to make sure that is solid for Squadron 42 before they import it into the PU. And here's the big question. When it is solid for Squadron 42, how hard of a transition is that going to be, moving that bit of code into the PU? I'm not a software engineer. I wanted to do that years ago and found out I'm not somebody that's good with coding. I mean, I can code some stuff, but to me, it's too much of a grind. It can be boring, and it's just not where my forte lies. Found that out a long time ago. So how hard is that transition going to be, moving some of that stuff from Squadron 42 into the PU? I mean, is there some functions or modules that they can pretty much overwrite and just take out of the PU and put in the correct ones? How's that going to work? We don't know. There wasn't a lot of universal code until more recently, well, in the last few years anyways. So how much of that code is not universally written? I don't know. Maybe that's something they have to go back and redo when they do the new mechanics and stuff for flying. We'll have to wait and see how that turns out. You can bet that they're going to do an Inside Star Citizen on it. You can bet that they're going to do a Star Citizen Live on it. Who knows? Maybe they'll even bring back Bug Smashers. I kind of doubt that. Mark A. Bent has moved on to other things inside the company, and he was the head Bug Smasher, and he's far too busy to have to deal with that, on a weekly program or bi-weekly program basis. So, but yeah, those are my thoughts on 318 and a little bit beyond. What are you guys' thoughts? I mean, do you agree with me? It's a big dumpster fire. I know there's a lot of you like, I'm never playing this game again. I can't believe people throw money at it. And there's other people that are a little more patient and be like, well, I'm going to keep trying to play it. And hopefully they'll get a workable patch out sooner rather than later that you can play. Or some people are going to be out there and like, well, I'll just wait till the game goes live, which is a very valid stance to have. I am not there because I do content for the game. And, you know, if I wait till the game comes out, there won't be any content on my channel. And I like you guys watching the videos and tuning in, and the few dollars that I get off of my YouTube content every month does help towards bills or food or whatever. So I'd like to continue to grow my channel, and maybe by the time the game goes live, I could have something more full-time in the YouTube space. We'll see. Now, YouTube's gotten a lot harder to make money off of in the last couple of years. There's all sorts of reasons for that, but the algorithm does not favor small channels like mine. So thank you all for tuning in and watching the videos, watching them all the way through, watching the ads, clicking on the ads. Some of you who buy some of the stuff off of the ads, thank you for that. Thank you for everybody that contributes to my Patreon and YouTube members. I really do appreciate it. You just don't know how much it means to me and my family, and how much it really helps. Thank you so much. With that said, I'm Mud Dog with the Texas Space Navy, and I'll see you out in the verse.